notes on that as well, as far as a proposed draft on extending that moratorium. If anybody's interested, we got some copies of that as well. And then, on the new business, anybody have any new business tonight?
Well, I have something, it's actually related to old business. At the last meeting, I believe Mr. Fitzsimmons stated that, when we're talking about manure disposal, at the last meeting, Mr. Fitzsimmons stated that hog manure wasn't able to be used in an irrigation system. And, probably this company doesn't do that. However, this is some information on, some of it is from, the EPA on common manure handling systems. I don't know. Go. And this is hot off the internet. The government site itself. And it states that most swine manure is handled as a liquid. Tells about how it is stored in a pit, if you have a concrete pit, or in some states in lagoons. But if you look at the highlighted section, it says, in remote areas, liquid manure may be pumped to the land application site and then irrigated onto cropland. Spray irrigating liquid manure is a very efficient method of land application in terms of speed and labor, but odor emissions can be significant. Therefore, it is not feasible to use this method in populated areas. And we've just heard that one of the reasons our area was chosen was its low population, the same. And in North Carolina, this is from the National Geographic, to handle waste systems, farmers in North Carolina use a standard practice called a lagoon and spray field system. They flush feces and urine from barns into open-air pits called lagoons, which we don't do in Minnesota anymore, which turn the color of Pepto-Bismol when pink-colored bacteria colonize the waste. To keep the lagoons from overflowing, farmers spray liquid manure on their fields nearby. The result, says Steve Wang, an epidemiologist at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, is this: the eastern part of North Carolina is covered with shit. So I just wanted to share that to clear up that bit of information on liquid manure distribution through irrigation systems. Chris, could I have a copy of that, please? Certainly.
Is liquid manure through irrigation systems legal in Minnesota?
Not an irrigation system like a well, but through a pump that spreads it by shooting it through the air, yeah, it should be okay. I don't think it's a common practice. Sometimes it's necessary because there's a need to lower the level of the lagoon. Might be an open pit, not necessarily a hog barn. Wouldn't be very common, I don't think. Typically, they're going to try to inject the manure into the soil just to save the nutrients. That's where the value is, and by spreading it and not incorporating it, goes up into the air.
But I've also read that part of the reason that they like to spray it is to get rid of some of the nitrates that are in it, so that the air, because the consistency of the manure is so strong that the soil can't handle all of the nitrates.
So if a company came up of this stuff is handled within your conditional use permit. So,
It'd be unusual not to apply it, you know, injecting and covering it up right away.
yeah,
It's not really common.
It's not legal.
yeah, the other thing about, you know, in a lagoon, it breaks down. So you take lagoon manure, you put it in a lagoon, it loses the nitrogen out of it. So the majority of it ends up to be water. That's why we went under the buildings, because it maintains the nitrogen that you want on the field.
You speak of the conditional use permit that would be placed by the county, correct?
Yes, I would say most,
Typically by the county?
typically the county will put it, well, we'll put in 24-hour incorporation, and then how, you gotta put how you're gonna inject it.
So that's not on the manure management plan, but their VCA? That's up to the county.
I would say it's up to the county.
But when you
Because
do,
legally by state rules, they aren't required to inject manure. And sometimes conditions make it that way, but it be, like I say, not normal.
Does anybody area spray manure or commercial fertilizer right now in Norman County that you know of? Is that practice at all right now?
Yeah, I've seen a lagoon where there's beef operation use traveling gun. So they hook the hose with a pump to a field, and then just like a lawn irrigator went along and sprayed them in there in order to get the pit back into compliance so there's storage capacity.
but your 28%
That's
nitrogen would
mostly
be
water,
liquid,
of course.
would be the aerial apply, spray.
That was another county.
More new business?
Since a Norman County Commissioner is present tonight, perhaps there should be a report on Mr. Gary Johansson's discussion of the draft ordinance and the intentions of these committees regarding the possible ordinances that may be coming out and the support and involvement of the county related to those ordinances.
He did not prepare me for that at all. I'm here at the last minute's notice, because he couldn't make it, it's as simple as that. Secondly, the county board has discussed at random some of these issues with these ordinances, et cetera. We have to be somewhat careful, because it can, whatever we do on the county board affects the entire county. This isn't just local areas, it's a whole county. We have several feedlots in the county already, where they would probably be grandfathered in under, without any, with the change of law. But it's a complicated issue, it's as simple as that. And like I say, we have to watch and be careful on what we're doing on the county level. And it's not an easily decided issue, that it's never been brought up for decision yet, because it's still in the formative stage. It sounds like I'm wiggling around, I am. It's as simple as that. But at the other hand, right now, there's nothing extremely definite that we as a county board can do. And whatever ordinances we have in place is most likely a state ordinance, if I'm correct, Mark, at this point in life. And with the state ordinances comes the state requirements. And as of right now, we haven't developed our own more stringent, more strict ordinances because of the widespread part of the county. we have several animal unit issues in Norman County, but so far, from what you've seen, it's operating. Turkey barn here by Twin Valley is operating. We have a couple of private industries that are close to the threshold on the animal units. We have a dairy situation over there, southeast of Twin Valley. There's no simple answers at this point. So if I'm wiggling around, that's exactly what I'm doing. And we don't have any definite thing. We're watching the issue, and grant you that. So that's the only report I have. We have our county environmental service officer looking into it. We have our feedlot person, Mark Christensen, keeping an eye on what's going on. And both parties have kept the board somewhat informed. So that's where we sit right now. So that's the end of my not so complete report.
We appreciate that.
That's where we're at.
See, Mark, is there been any incidences reported that you're talking about?
It's a huge facility, and you gotta realize they're really close to Twin Valley. When it gets right down to it, the end, it's very far away from Twin Valley, but I understand that there's, you know, a few odd days during the year when they do have a problem in parts of Twin Valley, that's what I understand. Yeah, well, it's 3 miles, you think?
There's been numerous alerts in Minnesota as far as emergency responders for the flu, as far as EMS and fire go, as far as precautions and how to handle anything that goes on in there, which is concerning for guys like me, especially in the volunteer firefighter. I mean, we're just not, you're not trained to handle, deal with that. You can train all you want, but, so when we volunteer all our things. That is concerning as well. Any more new business? Anything else to add?
I just want to make one comment. I read through that, but you have 2 miles to a property line or residence. Just so you figure that out. To be completely safe, you'd have to have 10,000 continuous acres in a square. Qualify for something over.
So that translates into several sections.
Yeah, 10,000. If you were to be,
Very high school, so I'm really
Yeah.
good on that.
But it's 2 miles or 1 mile?
So
Yeah,
one,
2.
But it's 2 miles of it.
2 miles would be 10,000 continuous if a resident's property line was go.
For anything over 1,000 animals, yeah.
I don't know how many places in the middle
Next meeting, first Wednesday again, June 3rd, June 3rd, June 3rd, fourth.
So if you're coming late, I have another meeting on the same night, and trying to make it. Next time I'll try to come online if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my first meeting.
Oh, hi.
I am a homeowner or a landowner here. You know, I really wasn't aware of this issue until about a month ago.
Oh, I see.
So, who would be the best place to start to bring you up to speed as to where this process is? And, you know, is it a train that's left the station or?
Oh, no, oh, no.
That's really good.
No, there's a lot more work to be done. In fact, I don't know if you saw,
I think I received all the literature from tonight. I do have the notes of the past meetings, which is
Okay.
gonna be beneficial.
you might want to look at this, what he was mentioning towards the end of the meeting about the townships operating under a current 12-month moratorium. And it is, however, they can extend it for another 12 months. They have to have another hearing and decide. This is the proposed draft of the ordinance to extend the moratorium and the work of these committees for another year, to make sure that all of these issues that have come to the attention of these committees are addressed before, again, not solely Mr. Fitzsimmons' facility. I mean, if anything, the township should be thankful to Mr. Fitzsimmons for wanting to come in and do this, because it brought to everyone's attention this gaping hole in the Norman County planning and zoning ordinances, where they say that in their land use plan, controlling intensive livestock facilities is important to maintain the agricultural integrity and stability of the area. But the ordinances just kind of parrot what's at the state level, which people are finding here, that in individual areas, specific locations, those restrictions, those ordinances might not be restrictive enough for that particular area. Do you have email, or
Sure I do.
if you would give that to me?
In your role, are you a township officer?
No, I'm not. I do research.
Wonderful, which is great. I'm a landowner in Waukon Township.
Oh, very good. Yes,
Within a mile of the proposed facility.
okay.